Welcome back to bestofmarin.com, where we do our best to give you the rundown on all things happening around the county and where to find the best places to go in Marin. Today's deep dive focuses on a sanctuary designed for absolute disconnection. We're talking about the San Geronimo Valley.
Yeah, it's such a fascinating geographic pocket. I mean, San Geronimo Valley is basically this continuous forested corridor. It comprises San Geronimo, Woodacre, Forest, Knolls, and Lagunitas.
Right.
And it sits inland between Central and West Marin. It's only about 45 minutes from San Francisco, but the topography there completely changes the atmosphere.
It really does. I always say if the coastal rhythm of West Marin is, a bustling beach day where you're constantly seeing and being seen.
Oh, absolutely. The whole scene.
Exactly. Then San Geronimo Valley is like putting on geographic noise-canceling headphones, because the dense canopy and steep ridges physically block out both the cellular signals and the crowds. It creates this insulated acoustic bubble.
And that fierce local protection of the land is exactly why you won't find massive visitor centers or, a heavy tourism infrastructure there. The community identity is just very eco-conscious and fiercely protective.
Which makes sense.
Right. So the valley is designed for deep nature access for the people who actually live there, rather than catering to high-volume tourism.
But let me play devil's advocate for a second. If I'm driving 45 minutes into winding roads where I can't get a cell signal or even easily buy a cup of coffee, why shouldn't I just go to Muir Woods where the infrastructure is already set up for me?
Well, because Muir Woods gives you a highly curated, managed experience. San Geronimo offers pure, unfiltered immersion. I mean, the primary reward for visitors who make the trek is Roy's Redwoods Preserve.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You get these incredible shaded walks right under a towering canopy, and it just feels completely untamed. Plus, the ecological mechanics at play are truly remarkable.
You're talking about the habitat restoration work, right? Stuff along the flowing creeks.
Yes, exactly. The community didn't just preserve the trees. They actively redesigned the culverts and removed old dams along Lagunitas Creek.
That's a huge undertaking.
It is. And by doing that, they created these slow water refuges that essentially act as natural nurseries for endangered coho salmon. So you are walking right alongside an active, vital habitat sustained entirely by grassroots conservation.
That is amazing. But what if you want to take in those views, but you don't really want to break a sweat? Because sometimes disconnecting just means sitting back without, lacing up hiking boots.
Oh, I totally get that. Then you take the scenic drive along Sir Francis Drake Boulevard. The lack of commercial buildup makes it hands down one of the most relaxing roads in the county. Or, alternatively, you can pull over at San Geronimo Commons. It's this wide-open community space where you can just sit and breathe the forest air.
Breathing is great, definitely. But a day trip usually requires calories.
True.
So if this place intentionally lacks commercial infrastructure, how do you actually spend a day here without starving?
Yeah, that requires a specific strategy. The dining scene is authentic, but very minimal. Think small cafes, a local market, maybe an occasional pop-up.
Okay, so you really have to plan ahead.
Exactly. The pro move is to walk Roy's Redwoods early in the morning when the light is soft, and then just drive out to nearby Fairfax or Point Reyes Station for a proper lunch.
So you anchor your morning in the quiet, then pop back into civilization for food.
Yep.
And speaking of that morning light, visitors really need to prepare for the microclimate, right?
Absolutely. The valley geography actually traps the coastal marine layer, pulling in thick morning and evening fog.
So it gets chilly.
Very. It creates a distinctly cooler, shaded environment compared to inland Marin, so you always need to pack a sweater.
And a downloaded map. Because of that noise-canceling topography we talked about, your GPS is definitely going to drop out.
Oh yeah, a car is essential for the narrow, winding roads, and offline maps are completely mandatory.
Right.
But honestly, the most important preparation is mental. You are stepping into a residential landscape with minimal nightlife.
Mm-hmm.
The locals are sharing their sanctuary with you, so the expectation is a very low-impact, respectful pace.
Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought to mull over. In our hyper-connected world where we are constantly pinged, tracked, and marketed to, perhaps the ultimate luxury isn't a five-star resort.
No, maybe it's a forced reset.
Exactly. Maybe it's a quiet, fog-heavy valley that forces your screen to go blank so you finally have to look up at the trees, dictated entirely by the landscape.
Perfectly said.
Don't forget to sign up to our email list for updates on our next episode and latest events. Until next time, we will catch you on bestofmarin.com.